A lot of noise being made about President Trump's ban on those Arab countries and the refugees. Well, maybe it might make sense to start taking a good hard look at some of the reasons why the refugees may be there in the first place. Why so many refugees? We're here today, as every day, in New York City. We've got the majestic Hudson River behind us. Hello, hello, and a hearty how do you do? I'm Rob Arnold, and this is Veracity Now. But during the Bush years, freedom and liberty were on the march. During the Obama years, terrorism and Islamic extremism has been on the march. Do we think that was by accident? What were some of the policies of the Obama White House as it relates to the Middle East? What could have caused the environs in which you're going to see so many refugees? In the summer of 2009, there was an uprising in Iran, the streets of Tehran. The 44th American president said and did nothing. That's the summer of 2009, Iran. Did nothing, said nothing. Year and a half or more later, you had an uprising in Tahrir Square, Egypt. And that same American president, Barack Obama, went to the world, on the world stage, and said, Hosni Mubarak has got to go. It means, if you look at that, the Islamic extremist state sponsor of a global terror network got a free pass by the 44th American president and the man keeping the peace with Israel. There's a call for change of power. When the man in the Oval Office has it that back-asswards, only a matter of time before the Middle East goes up in flames. The Oval Office is an office from which decisions like Hiroshima, Nagasaki, storming the beaches of Normandy have been made. Since World War II, the pinnacle of global military power, that's global military power. When the man in that office makes decisions like all that, it's not going to go well. So, the Islamic extremist gets the pass, the man keeping the peace with Israel gets the oust, gets the boot, and then what did President Obama do? He essentially installed his guy, Mohammed Morsi. Mohammed Morsi was the president of the so-called Muslim Brotherhood. What's their credo? Their credo is jihad is our way. Now, people can think what they want about Mohammed Morsi and whether or not internally he was a bad guy, but externally he was playing ball. He was keeping the peace with Israel. Hosni Mubarak's Egypt was a stabilizing force for the greater Middle East. When you see it back-asswards like that, that lends itself to all kinds of problems. Of course, Gaddafi was next, and he clearly was horrible internally, but externally, here again, playing ball. So President Obama went after the ones that were playing it straight with the West, was along for the ride with people like Ahmadinejad of Iran and the dictatorship of the mullahs in Iran. When you see that combination, you're going to see the Middle East in trouble, period. So that creates situations where, I don't know, people have to run for their lives in Syria. Look, none of this was going on until Obama got his hands on the Middle East. It's the policies coming out of the Oval Office that we're looking at. So now the successor, President Trump, has got a hell of a mess to deal with. Well, how's he going to do it? The first thing he does is says, wait a minute, these countries right here are Islamic extremist activities going on. So Donald Trump is just simply saying, as president, too much going on over there, we got to block this off for a minute. Now we got to hope that liberty will resume its march under President Trump and that he's going to be able to clean up this mess. Where everything's out of control, we're going to put a temporary ban and the media goes ballistic. They never once said a damn thing about what went down under Obama. Look, it's absolutely true that during the Bush years, liberty and freedom were on the march. During the Obama years, Islamic extremism, terrorism on the march. Let's not forget that Barack Obama sailed the skies twice that we know of with Louis blood-sucking Jews Farrakhan saying, people want to know what me and Barack talked about. Well, I ain't telling nobody. Now, come on. That's Louis Farrakhan saying that. The media didn't bat a lash. Look, none of this is by accident. The Middle East has gone up in smoke during the Obama years. Could that be the reason why we've got so many refugees? It's conducive to that because everybody had to go running for their lives around there in the Middle East. That wasn't happening until Obama got in. What he inherited in Iraq was 3 historic national elections. That's 3 historic national elections, a parliamentary system there, Minister of Energy, Minister of Education, you name it. The minute he got his hands on it, he turned it on its ear. Now look at it. We've all but lost Iraq. We don't ignore that. We don't ignore that. In the 8 years that Obama was in the White House, it was conducive to the need for people to be running around to avoid, getting their heads chopped off. And so they have to run. We got people coming. They had to run with the shirts on their backs. What's Donald Trump to do? Well, he put a temporary ban on the Arab countries that have the most turmoil. It makes perfect sense. He's trying to keep us safe, and they flip out on him. Look, there are a lot of things that President Trump is doing that I don't agree with, but we have to look at why there are so many refugees and what we are supposed to do about it, if not block off for a temporary ban people coming from countries with that kind of turmoil in them. I say perspective is paramount. Keep the perspective till I see you tomorrow.